Around 20 years ago, people around the world started displaying a range of special powers and abilities. With each year, the number of these cases increased. The governments of the world needed a way to organize and regulate these people. My name is Angus, and I work for the Superhuman Action Response Team. With my partner Sal, I help document these powered individuals and their exploits. Because heroes don't do paperwork.
Hello, super citizens, and welcome to Heroes Don't Do Paperwork, the only podcast about events both big and heartbreaking in Super City. I'm one of your hosts, Angus, joined by my co-host, Sal Bedfellow. Sal, how are you? How are you doing today?
In a word, hollow.
Yeah.
To elaborate, I feel like the light has disappeared from the world, and all I'm doing is staring at a dark, lonely end that's drawing ever closer.
Yeah, listeners, for those of you that aren't aware, Sal's referencing our last episode where a misguided celebration for our undead mutant fish monster son, Index, went horribly wrong, and he was pulled through. He was abducted by a douchey demon from another dimension, I think, whose name was Chad. I can't remember.
That's it.
Yeah. Now, we did get some message from Dex that he's doing okay, but we haven't heard much, actually. Sal's been running some experiments on my severed finger, which is how Dex was able to contact us. I guess because it was like part dead, part alive. You've been keeping it in the freezer. You were stirring your drink with it the other day. What was that?
Well, I've had the thought that, well, you know how you take like a magnetized needle and you put it in some water, it can point north. I figured if I took Dex's finger and put it in my cup of morning juice.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Dex's finger, your finger.
My finger. Well, Dex's saliva's on it. Yeah, I gotcha. It's connected to him. I get what you mean.
I put it in my cup of juice, and I figured it would point towards Dex, but all it did was sink.
I guess, and I didn't expect you to drink the juice afterwards. I feel like that
be a waste of perfectly good juice.
Oh, that's fair.
Do I deserve finger-free juice when I failed my child?
Okay, look, we both made mistakes, but yeah, I mean, and then the Murphy bed that caught fire last episode. I've been having a hard time sleeping with my sheets all burnt up, and I have been getting rudely awakened by Chad every now and then. His arm will reach through this portal above my bed, and he'll kind of slap me in the face or do that.
Gives you like a nipple twist.
Yourself. He twists my nipples. Yeah. It's mostly bully stuff, wedgies.
Well, you were carrying that stack of books the other day, and then you just knocked them out of your hands.
Yeah. It's kind of just a big red demonic arm that comes out through this portal and kind of fucks with me. That's basically. I haven't seen the rest of them, and I haven't been communicating with him besides the hand gestures he gives me, which are
lewd,
pretty rude and lewd for sure. And you might be thinking to yourself, how does one make a lewd hand gesture with one hand? And well, Chad does it.
Yeah. Well, it helps that he has 9 fingers.
It does. It does.
Can do more configurations that way.
You know, even though Sal and I are kind of down in the dumps today, we decided we still got to do the show, right? Yeah. Like we like we say at the end of almost every episode, try to do the right thing. We are trying to do the right thing, and we're trying to get back to normal.
The ethical implications involved in owning a fish mutant child. We never really claimed Dex as our child on official paperwork.
That's right.
Therefore, we are not able to take any sort of grieving absence days.
Right. And we have no legal recourse either.
No.
Also because, it gets a little messy because he was resurrected.
There is that whole shadow dimension amnesty.
Yeah. Oh, well,
treaty.
I guess It's the amnesty treaty with the shadow dimension. You're absolutely right. And these are the same laws that are protecting Josie Anderson, of course, Dex's teacher, who, as far as I'm concerned, was one of the ringleaders of this, cult ritual to abduct our son.
Mm-hmm.
So
Of
there's
course,
nothing we can do,
there's
at least right now.
We are looking at options. However, it should be noted that Josie's kindergarten class is still in operation. Her students still doing their part to keep the streets of Super City safe.
And while we can't do this in a legal sense, Sal and I have agreed that as far as heroes don't do paperwork is concerned, Josie Anderson's class is getting an HDDP certified not cool.
Yep.
Okay? That's from us, and it seems harsh, but we're like, hey, what you're doing,
not
abducting kids to the shadow realm, not cool.
Yeah.
And that's essentially the extent of what we can do. But Sal, I know things have been kind of rough lately, so I thought I'd pick out a guest from the list who, I don't know, it just seemed like they might help cheer us up a bit. I know you like juice. Oh. And I don't get too sit down, don't stand up. It's not a juice person. I shouldn't have led with juice. I'm sorry, but it's kind of like juice that's really cold and not juice but cream. Instead, please welcome to the show, employee of one of our local ice cream shops, Aganna Actuary. Welcome to the show, Aganna.
Well, hi.
Hi.
I'm so nervous.
Hey, it's okay.
I try to be on time. I try to be 5 minutes late, early for things, but I'm usually just on time. So actually, this is fine. This is great.
Yeah, you actually just kind of you were very on time. You were trying to be early. Why were you trying to be? Are you trying to be late? Why were you just?
No, I like to be early for things, but then usually that just means I'm on time, which works out okay.
Gotcha.
I would rather be prompt. I would rather be early.
Well, I mean, I know Sal here appreciates punctuality.
Yeah, no, Aganna, yes, I'm appreciating the cut of your jib.
I know that because I listen to your podcast.
Well, wait a sec. You listen to the show?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
By the way, I'm so excited. Can I meet the fish? Is the fish here?
Oh.
I'm so excited. I bet he's super cute.
It's
he was.
Oh no!
I'm sorry. We're recording these a bit staggered. You might not have heard the last episode, or since you just came in now. What we were just talking about. Our Dex is no longer with us.
Oh my god! I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I had my headphones in.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I just thought I would give you guys some privacy because you have like an aside at the beginning.
Wow. I mean, you really do know the ins and outs of this show.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's okay. Sal's not going to hold it against you. We're just both a little
it's
down in the dumps, But I thought, maybe having you on the show would kind of get us back into the swing of things.
Yes. Do you guys want some lattes? I brought like a pumpkin spice and like a butter rum. And, they've got a lot of sugar in them, but they're really tasty.
I always love a good sugar caffeine boost. Sal?
How does it mix with orange juice? Because I like to mix my coffee with juice.
Oh. I don't know if that's good. You know what? I can't do this now, but we have really good orange milkshakes. At the Mary Queen.
That's right. You work at the Mary Queen.
Yeah.
Which is one of our local ice cream shops.
I love it. I get to eat ice cream all the time.
And what's that like?
Delicious.
It sounds like the dream. I mean, when I was a kid, I would have loved to eat ice cream all the time.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to work there.
Okay. And there's no like adverse effects or anything. Like you don't get like brain freeze or anything?
No. I like to keep a milkshake in the back fridge. So that when I have to go back there to get like the cakes, I can just sort of sip on it.
Yeah, no, I mean that sounds
like,
good.
Ooh, where's the Johnson's cake? I can't find it.
It's really back here. No. Okay, yeah. Wow. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Aganna. I did notice you did have a reason for being here besides the podcast. you are looking at becoming a hero in Super City, and looking at taking your first steps towards that. So I guess my question to you is why do you want to be a hero?
Oh, that's a lot of reasons. I don't. Okay, before I tell you what my power is.
Oh, of course, yes.
I just want to preface this with it's a little bit creepy.
Okay, I love a good creepy power.
Okay, but I'll preface this with saying my mom was a superhero.
Oh,
she's very sweet, very positive person in the community.
Okay,
and she was the Sanguine Witch.
Oh, the Sanguine Witch.
The Sanguine Witch. And it's blood
familiar.
magic. It's blood magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's good. It's good. She was very sweet and, great with the orphans and the kittens in the community.
She would take in a lot of orphans and kittens?
Yeah, I mean, we have to get our orphan numbers up because they're going to the villain side. And it's
gotcha. Oh, yeah. No,
and
I see what you mean.
Someone needs to just be nice to them.
It's pretty hardcore. Like, I don't have the stats in front of me, but a lot of kids in Super City are orphans.
Mm-hmm. We have talked about it on the podcast.
We have? Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, you were talking
about there's a lot of actually I think that was like an evil podcast I was listening to.
Oh, well, hey, no,
we were talking about all the orphans are bad.
I believe we've gotten our wires crossed a few times and released other podcasts, so I'm not surprised that they talked about that. So you're looking to kind of, you want to become a hero so that you can be a role model to all these orphans and kittens?
I want to follow in the footsteps of my mom.
Of course.
I'm a little nervous. I'm 25 years old. And I'm on my own in the city for the first time.
Oh, that can be scary.
My dad is really an anxious person.
Okay.
He was a risk assessment. He worked for an insurance company.
Insurance. Okay.
He was risk assessment man. Was my dad.
Your father was risk assessment man? Oh my god.
Oh wow. Sal, is that big? He's a bit, yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
He once properly assessed the chances of Super City being hit by an asteroid. It is far higher than you would expect.
Wow.
There's a lot of things to worry about. There's a lot of things to worry about.
I mean, that's stressful too. Yes. We'll have to have an insurance person on sometime because it's something I think about a lot. The ramifications of living in a city full of people with a variety of superpowers, both mundane and mythical, leading to a pretty varied structure when it comes to insurance. So that's really interesting. So I guess what was your childhood like? You had risk assessment man as your father, and the Scarlet
Sanguine
and the Sanguine Witch as your mother.
Well, as you know, my mother died when I was very young.
Yeah, I guess we do. I guess we do know that. I haven't heard this.
That, but it's okay. It's fine.
That was a long. I'm
a lot of years to keep track of.
I'm not that much older than you, so when your mother passed, I know I look old.
No, you're just so worldly. I'm just out of the house for. My dad's really protected. After my mom's death was really hard on him. It was a rather traumatic event.
Your dad.
He moved you out to the countryside district, right?
Countryside.
Exactly. It's probably documented.
Big pastures. It is. We generally do know roughly where people are living and moving. I have a question for you though, because it looks like you kind of have you're wearing maybe like a prototype of your potential hero costume, which we'll get into. Did your dad help design this? Because it looks safe. Oh, okay.
No, he doesn't know that.
He doesn't know yet. Okay.
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you think he'd be concerned?
Yes, very much so.
Oh God. Oh, yeah. Well, he's worried. He's already lost his partner. He doesn't want to lose his kid.
I have taken everything he's taught me very much into consideration, and I think there is an acceptable amount of risks that you can take in life. But I want to live my life.
Yeah.
He became more and more agoraphobic after
Right.
I'm kind of like a Rapunzel situation.
I totally know what agoraphobic means. I totally do. But for our listeners,
he's so afraid of everything that he can't leave the house.
Gotcha. Bingo. Well, that's rough.
You said you were in a bit of a Rapunzel situation. And I can't help but notice that your hair is extremely long.
It is very long.
You would think that it was part of my power, and I thought about a name, and I don't think unless I want to confuse the bad guys because my hair doesn't do anything, it's just really beautiful.
It's just long.
I mean, you could always put a spin on it. You could be like Rapummel. You know what I mean? And you like beat people up. But hey,
I'm not really about that. I want to be nice. Be nice, and I think the bad guys, they're sad, and we can just like be nice to them more, and maybe they'll be like good again.
It's actually an interesting take because those bad guys really are just orphans.
A lot of them are orphans. A lot of it's true. And honestly, I do really appreciate your take on this. It's refreshing to hear a hero or a prospect hero that just wants to be nice.
I want to go through all the necessary paperwork.
Of course.
I want to get set up, and I want to be really transparent about everything.
Of course.
It is refreshing to have a hero that actually wants to follow the rules.
It's true. It's true. They generally don't do paperwork.
My dad taught me all about what needs to happen to make everybody safe.
So that's actually what I wanted to get to. Maybe while Sal's getting the paperwork together, I wanted to ask you a little bit more about your motives, because I kind of like to explore that and explore people's powers. I want to get into that too. But a lot of people in their origin story, so to speak, they've got these wisdom, this stuff that their parents taught them. With great power comes an acceptable amount of responsibility or something.
Equal and opposite.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Did your parents seem to be so different. Your father was such a man of safety, and your mother, I mean this with all due respect, was fierce, was a spitfire. In terms of she was act. She was, yes, she was guilty. You caught me. No, I mean you caught me. She's very, but
okay.
But what kind of wisdom did your parents pass on to you?
Well, I like to think that I'm kind of like a perfect combination of like risk taker, but also risk aware. Conflicted sometimes, but always well balanced in those two things. I like to think that we're all living our origin story every day.
Oh wow!
And so it's never too late to change your story, and you don't have to be defined by that. But so my mom, blood magic is kind of creepy.
A little. Could you tell us more about it?
It's a little scary. Well, I don't really want to use other people's blood. It makes me feel bad. Like I'm not really good with I couldn't stab somebody.
Sure.
And I'm kind of afraid of needles.
Okay. So it's been tough. It's been tough practicing, I assume.
You know what? I think I have a plan for that.
Okay.
You know how diabetic people, they have a little thing attached to their arm that's they can just boop.
Yep.
And it's just attached to them, and it only has to go in once, and then they don't have to do the thing. So,
sure, for the pump,
I was thinking, I know that there's this guy.
Okay.
He's a villain, but I think he's probably okay. His name, I can't remember his name, but it's Iron Face Hooded Man is who he is. I think his name is Dr. Zoom.
Oh, okay. Dr. Zoom. That sounds familiar.
Dr. Zoom.
Yeah.
He knew my mom.
Okay.
And she was pretty okay with him. I think she might have been brainwashed at the time, but he was really sweet to her, so I think he'd be chill with me. Okay. And he's an expert in technology.
Okay. Magic. And you think maybe if you were to meet with this villain, maybe you could persuade him, kind of bring him over to the good side, or you're just hoping to get...
I think
Just
maybe
wanna...
just like a favor, like, hey, you know my mom, like, can you
hook me up with one of those diabetic pumps?
Yeah.
I know you're a villain as your main career, but would you mind if I commission work from you?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not relegated to like one lane. We don't have to be one-dimensional people who are just all about, being good or being bad.
Aganna, this is a pretty progressive take.
This is a very eye-opening discussion, especially since, I mean, I don't know if you could tell, Sal and I have clearly both been crying a lot. We kind of had a rough week, and it's really refreshing to talk to you, and this kind of optimism and positivity you have is it's a little contagious.
Great. I can do something for you guys for that if you want. I would need like a knife or like sharp object and alcohol to disinfect it because I have to be very
okay. Well, we still have a banana katana over there.
Here's the banana katana.
All right, thank you.
Wow,
there you go. And then I think you know what? Here's is it okay if it's like little airplane-sized alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. We got a whole box of those over here. Yeah. So there you go.
I don't know if it's enough for the whole sword. I'll have to just put it on the
just dab. I think. Yeah.
Okay, this is awkward. Could you do this for me? I'm really bad with this.
Okay.
If you could just take the katana.
Yeah.
And just like on my arm here, just where like a needle would go.
Okay, sure.
I'm just gonna look away. If you could just cut me.
Okay, just a little cut. Okay, and
no.
I haven't done it. I haven't done it yet. Oh, it's okay. No, I haven't done it yet. It's okay. It's okay. Just all right. You ready? And there it is. Just a little. There you go. That wasn't too bad. You did great. You did great.
Sweet, Okay, I'm just gonna use my magic. This is gonna suck some of the blood out of me and make it spin in the air. I love
okay, all right. For the listener, Aganna's eyes are glowing. Oh, okay.
Some flowers.
Oh, wow! Using the blood into flowers. This is really nice. I mean,
do you still
Sal's never gotten me flowers, so this is really nice.
Can I just ask, do you still have the fishbowl?
The fishbowl?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Here's
Dex's first house.
His first home.
Do you know what I was thinking? Is that maybe the fishbowl could be a nice vase for these flowers.
I think that's a lovely idea. Sal, are you okay with that?
That's a really nice sentiment. Thank you.
I think Dex would love that. I think let's put these here, and we're gonna put it on we're gonna put it on the corner of your desk, Sal, where we can both see it. And
right in the lone sunbeam that shines through that small window near the ceiling of our basement.
Yeah, small, tiny window that we get. So we actually had that installed. We do get some natural light now. As legal.
I love the sconces.
Thank you. Yeah. We had a lot of sconces put in from Reptiler.
And those are blood flowers, so they'll never.
Those are blood flowers. They'll never die. Wow. Okay, so I guess I'm curious. I'm always fascinated with this power stuff. How does that work? So you can take your blood and you can turn it into anything, or you can turn it into organic things.
Yes. So my mom was very, like I said, she's very all about positivity. I'm not sure how she got her powers, honestly, because my dad didn't like me knowing about it a lot. He didn't like telling me. I stole her spell book, and it was like half the stuff in there is like really freaky, like,
oh wow.
Yeah, I can like turn a person into a walking bomb, basically.
Oh wow, okay.
Like a zombie,
like
and
a
then
blood bomb, yeah.
Yeah, they would like explode blood over everything and poison people with it. I'm not super into that. I mean, I can also I really want to be transparent about this, okay?
Of course.
I hope this isn't okay. I can take another person's powers.
You can.
But I have to kill them by draining all their blood.
Oh, okay.
And drinking all of it. But I wouldn't do that. I would never do that.
Yeah.
Never.
Wow.
Not even with a villain. I would never do that.
I gotta say, I've been filling out the paperwork as we've been talking here, and I have to write that down. That's what we in the business call a red flag.
Well, I want everyone to know about it, though. Is that not a show of good faith?
The transparency is totally appreciated.
100% appreciated.
This just factors in terms of, were you to become a hero down the road? This information is super important when it comes time, if you're brainwashed and you go evil, or various team-ups you might have.
The villain, the brain fart, is back back in operation. And if you were to take your mind over and start draining blood of villains and heroes alike and accumulating power,
if that happens, kill me.
No,
no, I give you
courageous.
Permission.
Okay, well, Sal, write that down.
Unless you can stop me from being brainwashed, and then maybe I could make a better difference if I wasn't brainwashed.
I'm going to put that under the green flag category.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just
consent is important.
It's 100%, absolutely. 100%. Also, with brain fart, it's bad because people, when he's let go of them, they just kind of find themselves in the kitchen and they forgot why they walked in there, and it's very frustrating. So just this is more for the listeners. If you find yourself wandering into the kitchen or whatever, and you don't know why you got there,
don't say that.
Just let us know.
Freak people out.
Well, they need to
contact us. What if my dad is listening to this podcast? That would freak him the fuck out. He would think that he was possessed like every day. I just want you to be aware of the people at home.
Yeah.
With anxiety, and don't. Yes.
It could strike at any moment, and you don't know. All
right. My God.
No, with your dad, I'm sure your dad doesn't listen to podcasts. Most people don't even know what they are. I think you might even be the first guest we've had who's listened to the show.
I think so. I think I remember
that. Which is okay, fine by me. Sal, you mentioned the paperwork a minute ago. Is there anything else we should go over in terms of like getting Aganna kind of set down the path of becoming
There's a couple of hypothetical scenarios we like to cover. Just to see how you would react in certain situations. Yeah. So if you're ready for that, we can do that now.
Super good.
All right. So first, this one we just to set the tone of what's going on here should be pretty straightforward. You see an elderly person trying to cross the street, but there's no break in traffic. What do you do to assist?
There's no break in traffic. What does that mean?
The traffic is just flowing. There's no stopping.
You're about to be hit by a car.
Yes.
So could I possibly walk in time to just like walk them across the street, or is it like
this is your scenario? How do you do it?
Yeah. What are you capable of? Yeah. What are you capable of? Yeah.
Well, I would prefer in this scenario that they not be able to be hit by a car. So if that's something I could choose, then I would just very briskly walk over to them and possibly carry them across the street.
Wow,
Great.
Good answer.
Wow, okay. That was easy.
And also, the option for "I just wish the bad thing wasn't happening" is an option, and that is
no. But if it was really happening, and the person was about to be hit by a car, I might cut my arm open and levitate them to the other side of the street.
Okay. Yeah, you make like a skateboard or something for them. Yeah. Carry them across. Blood.
It's a blood bubble.
A blood sled.
Okay.
You encase them in a blood bubble. No. I think that's very cool.
Thank you.
I would love to have a power like that. That's wonderful.
Well, if you're ready for the next hypothetical scenario, we can.
Okay. Yes. Hit me.
So, a bunch of bank robbers are currently doing a getaway from their crime scene. And they're haphazardly driving all over the place, and they're about to hit an elderly person trying to.
Oh my god, this is harder. Okay, these get progressively more complex. Okay.
It's tough being here.
Okay. This is tough because I want to save the old lady. I also want to catch the bad guys.
Right.
And I only have so much blood, because if I use my power too much, I might pass out.
Right.
I might pass out. So, I think what I would probably do is cut my arm open.
Okay.
Unless I had that little device, then maybe it could help me also conserve blood. I don't know. And I would just run out in front of the van and just like make myself super strong with my blood.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And
Blood
stop
armor.
I can turn into basically stone, but it's like crusty blood.
It's like a scab.
It's like a big scab. I become a big immovable scab.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so cool.
Is it?
Oh, wow.
I don't think so.
I know. I think that's very cool.
It's okay. I don't know. Okay.
Pretty much indestructible, but if you pick at it a little bit, you
very
that's
itchy though.
Yeah. Weakness.
I'm picturing you.
Don't tell anybody about that. Can you edit this out of the podcast?
I'll try to. We're
pretty good about editing these things out.
Yeah, editing is hard, but I'll give it a shot.
And if there was like an accident, then probably the bad guys would be bleeding all over the place, and I could probably use their blood to just like tie them up. I wouldn't want to like make them explode or.
No, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Appreciate that level of detail.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I actually, Aganna, while you were kind of doing the quiz there, I was kind of doodling on my notepad over here. One of the classes I'm taking at the Superhuman Action Response team field operative training. I'm trying to become a field agent and support heroes.
What acronym is that? Is SHART?
It is SHART. Unfortunately, yes.
But then there's more now. There's more letters.
Well, it's SHART, and then I'm training to become a SHART field agent.
Okay.
I just try not to tell people. I'm just trying to tell people. I'm sure there will be at some point. I'm just not. I don't relish telling people that I want to be a SHART agent.
The full acronym, if I may for a moment, the full acronym is a Field Agent Trainee of the Superhuman Action Response Team, or a FAT SHART.
Fat SHART. Yes, it is. I am technically a FAT SHART. But one of the classes I'm taking is a class that's specifically about being able to support those of you in the hero business. And I just wanted to run some ideas by you now that I've heard a bit about how your power works. I've got this crude drawing here, and see, I've made this like fanny pack for you, and it's like Kool-Aid jammers, but they're filled with blood. So I figured at night before you go to bed, you could hook up this pump potentially if you can get one from Dr. Zoom, and you could let a bit of blood into one of these bags, and then you could drink some orange juice, get a good night's sleep.
I was gonna say orange juice.
It's great. It's great. They give it to you at the clinic after you donate blood. And a cookie and stuff like that. Get that blood sugar up, and now you've got a fanny pack of packets of blood that you can deploy whenever you want. Does that sound cool? Would you want to use something like that?
Really cool. Yeah.
Yes.
And
awesome.
if anybody wants to be a donor, consent is important.
Oh, of course.
I don't want to take from people, like even the villains, if they,
they don't have a blood donor card.
If they have one, maybe
then I think you're in the clear. I think you're in the clear. That's okay.
I can check.
I think so.
No, 100% you're in the clear. Yeah, no, it's very explicit. Your blood may be used against you.
If you're doing something illegal, we can take your blood and trap you in a bubble with it.
That's what you get for being a good Samaritan.
Thank you for humoring me on that. It helps me.
I would imagine not a lot of villains have blood donor cards.
Probably not. It seems
just for that reason. I'm sure they're nice people, but you know, if it's a liability in your line of work.
Well, thank you for kind of helping me run that idea by you. That's helped me with my upcoming exams in my school and stuff. So I really appreciate that. Cool. Sal, do we have any more kind of preliminary stuff we have to do to get Aganna here set down the right path?
Last thing, of course, is psych assessment.
Oh, great.
Okay.
All right. So I'm just gonna. I think of the first one. The best one to do is just word association. So I'm gonna throw out a couple of terms here, and you just say the first thing that comes to mind. Crime.
Crime. Well, when you say that, I think suspect. Okay. And then you said person, so suspect man.
Oh, Suspect Man is at large. Everyone keep an eye out for Suspect Man. We're not sure if he's done anything, but he seems suspicious.
It's either a man or a woman, anywhere from 5 foot to 6 foot tall.
That's suspect.
Yeah, or anything in between.
Being a man is very suspect.
It's true. We don't know. We don't know. Sus, very.
Also, Sus Boy, his friend.
It's true.
Smaller.
That's the only thing we know about it.
Not even necessarily younger, just smaller.
Just smaller. Yeah, absolutely. Any other words for word association?
Yes, of course. Vandalism.
Well, that makes me think of just vandals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is very helpful about my psychological state.
This is
it makes you come across as very practical,
rational,
level-headed. These are all great things we like to see in hero candidates. Sorry, just one last word.
Sure.
Once again, first thing that comes to mind. The last word is arborist.
I don't know why. This doesn't. Dr. 66 talks.
Oh, Dr.
666. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He comes up when you.
He's very scary to me. Just because he.
Well, and he lives in that giant tree.
He has the power of consequentialism, and that I can assess risk, but I can't know. Like, I could just be walking, and there could be a tree falling on me, and he would have chopped it down a little bit earlier, and you can't assess that risk. You just can't. You don't know what's coming. It makes me very nervous. It's the thing I'm terrified of. I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah, so you're in constant fear that a tree might fall over. And
anything.
It could happen.
Could be literally anything could remind me of him because anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Angus, may I have a brief aside with you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Just one quick aside. Yeah. What's up? No. It's probably fine. All right. Just one sec.
I respect privacy. I'll do earmuffs.
Oh, thank you.
I've been running the numbers on this assessment, and I've never seen numbers quite like this.
What do you mean?
Aganna is at the top of each respective category for a prospective hero.
Wow.
But she's also at the top of the category for shy as a sheep.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know what to do here. She's both an excellent candidate, but I'm worried what would happen in a real scenario where maybe an elderly person were about to be hit by a vehicle.
Interesting. Okay. Well, perhaps
you need to work on that confidence.
Yes. Perhaps we could do some kind of supplementary lessons in terms of I don't know, not being afraid of.
Or not be afraid.
Irrational fears.
Oh, we could pull an Oz, and we could give her a bottle of courage.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Placebo. I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll just make that note down in the file. Okay.
All right. I'm just putting it down here.
Hey, Aganna. Yeah. You can.
You're my
yeah.
Okay.
It's all good. Thank you for being with us today.
Hey, it's over. Did I pass? Did I make it?
Well, Sal.
Aganna, it may be a little premature. But I am very confident to say that you are likely going to be a new hero for Super City.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Now, there's still a lot of training you have to go through. There's still a lot more paperwork.
Oh, I'm
but
so excited.
The initial quiz has gone quite well.
Of course.
I think that's what Sal's trying to say. So you'll hear from us or someone like us in, I don't know,
2 to 3 to 6 months.
Gotcha. Business months.
Business months, yes.
Yeah, excluding weekends. Yeah. No, it just takes such a long time, but you understand, and you're well on your way. This is how you start, and I gotta say I'm excited to see where you go from here.
Wow.
Sky's the limit.
It is.
I have a lot of questions. I'm not gonna
lie. Why don't you? We'll jot down our number here, and then you can call us whenever you want, and ask us some questions.
Got it.
Yeah.
Respect your time.
Yeah, of course. We got to get back to
Yes.
We actually have a
grieving.
We have a very small funeral ceremony. Kind of.
I can make more flowers if you want. My arm is already.
I think
that would be.
I think these would be. Yeah, I think that would be amazing. Could you do like a wreath of flowers, like a ring of flowers?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Here, let me get this milkshake you brought with you here that you can just quickly top.
Yeah, that'll
Okay.
Whoa!
Wow, that's
beautiful. Wow. What? That's amazing. Thank you so much. This
actually in the shape of Dex.
Oh, I know. I know.
It took a lot out of me, but
I know.
I just wanted it to be perfect.
Look, Sal, even the sideburns are made out of a different kind of flower. It's so beautiful.
It's
He's
perfect.
got his little eye patch.
And his eye patch and his feet. Oh, thank you. Aganna, thank you. This means the world to us.
Can I have a little more of that milkshake?
Oh, of course. You just take this, and we're gonna wrap up. But you, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks. I'm so excited.
All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us here at Heroes Don't Do Paperwork. Like we always say, try to do the right thing. Sal, what's up, man?
I stopped by the bed linens district earlier, and I picked you up a set of 300 themed
No way
sheets.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm gonna put these on the Murphy bed tonight. This is awesome.
You can feel the coarseness right through the plastic.
Yeah, you can feel the abs too. It's like bumpy on the blanket where the abs are.
Yeah.
Hey, Sal, we're gonna make it. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, Angus here. Sal Bedfellow was played by Matthew Wally. Aganna Actuary was played by Lana Lodge. Lana is the admin of the Facebook group Improvisers Who Love D&D and or other tabletop RPGs. If that sounds like something you're interested in, check it out. If you want to support the show, or any of the other shows on the Podcavern network, head on over to podcavern.com and check out our merch store. Got lots of cool t-shirts, hats, hoodies, stuff like that, and anything sold there helps us keep the lights on. Thanks for listening.